It's literally 12:05 a.m. and I am filming because tomorrow and the next few days I'm gonna be busy and I already have makeup on, so why not? I have makeup on because I did a few TikToks. Anyway, honestly I wasn't sure if I wanted to make this video, but as you can see, I'm doing it right now, right before your eyes. Here it is. Nobody really asked for this, but I'm going to be sharing my mole removal experience. Here is what my mole looks like right now. Not this one. This little scar right here. You can't see it that much because I have makeup on. There used to be a big black mole there. Very pigmented, very round. But it's practically gone now. It's still healing. She's still going through the healing process. That's why there's still a scar. But I'm already fine with it. I never planned on making a video about this because it's been such a huge insecurity of mine. But when I was doing research months before I actually took the procedure, I had a hard time looking for reliable information, reviews, personal experiences from other people. So I thought making this video would be of big help to those people who are thinking about going through the same procedure. Right? Main reason, it's an insecurity. Many family, relatives, and friends have always told me that my mole wasn't really a big deal. Whenever they see me, they don't even notice it. But honestly, I beg to differ because I see myself every day in the mirror, in pictures. I just don't like what I see. I just don't. My mom has always told me if people find you pretty as you are, then there is nothing to change because they already found beauty in you. They already saw your beauty as you are. But I'm sorry, Mom. I gotta disagree. I have a say on what I think is pretty for me, and I don't think my mole is pretty, so... Growing up, I always tried to only show the right side of my face, especially when my photo is being taken, because it's the side of my face that doesn't have the mole. I would also sometimes even edit out my mole in photos that failed to hide it. There are also times where I had to strategize and position myself where I was going to sit at the table because I didn't want to be at the side of the table that showed off my mole. I'd get super insecure about it. I would get teased about it in high school as well. Not really bullying. I didn't get bullied, but I hated the fact that I was getting teased. People would call me or describe me by my insecurity. She's the girl with the mole on the cheek, right? Oh, it's the girl with the mole. They obviously weren't harmful comments since my mole was the standout feature of my face, but I still hated hearing things like those. I hated it. I fucking hated it. Anyway, I was a lot of other things, but of course they had to use my mole to describe me. Not really a big deal. She's just sensitive. I've always been open-minded to making changes in the body, in the face, or wherever else. Since we only have one life, better live it the way you want to live it. If you have the money, why not? Before I professionally got my mole removed, this is kind of a whack secret, but it's not a secret anymore because I'm telling you guys about it. I tried using one of those mole removal creams that you see being advertised a lot online just because I was really desperate that time and I wasn't sure about spending that much on mole removal, so I tried it. I tried the mole removal cream. I tried it on the mole on my left shoulder. There's a mole here. There. As you can see, it didn't work. The cream didn't work, it's still there, and it was a little bit painful to apply as well. I decided to try it on my shoulder because if the mole removal cream fails and does something weird to my skin, then it's easier to hide since it's on my shoulder compared to if I tried it on my face, then my face would be fucked up for life. So, if you want to get your mole removed, go to your doctor to get it professionally removed. So enough of my long ass sob story. Here's what you've been actually waiting for. So I narrowed down my choices to two clinics that seemed the most trustworthy here in our area. It was between Medical Global and another clinic. I went with Medical Global because of the 100 positive reviews that I honestly read one by one on their Facebook page, and they were more affordable compared to the other clinic that I was eyeing on. So I messaged them over Facebook. I messaged Medical Global over Facebook, confirmed whether they do mole removal, to which they said yes to. They asked me to send a photo of the mole that I wanted removed, and so I did. They gave me a quotation already, just like that. I also asked a few other questions like, what procedure would be best for my mole, what are they going to do to my mole, yada yada yada. But they asked me to visit their clinic instead so the doctor could properly see what they're dealing with and recommend options from there. So how much was the procedure? They gave me a quotation of 8,000 pesos. I think the price depends on the size of the mole and where it is positioned on your body. So the 8,000 pesos quotation that they gave me was already inclusive of the whole removal process, the whole mole removal process, and also a free rapid test, because when I got my mole removed, it was during the time that the COVID cases were continuously increasing. So they were requiring rapid tests back then. But the last time I went there for a checkup session, they didn't require it anymore. They also charged me a consultation fee of 850 pesos. So that's separate from the 8,000 pesos quotation that I mentioned. Okay, so I booked an appointment and went to their clinic. I visited their clinic.
Okay, good morning. So I wasn't able to film an intro a while ago, but we're in the car already. We're on the way to a clinic somewhere around QC because I'm gonna get a consultation for something that I've been longing to do for the longest time, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'm just gonna get the consultation or I'm gonna proceed with the procedure already. It's gonna depend on the doctor, on what the doctor says, and then I'll decide from there if I wanna push through. Consulted with the doctor already. I'm here on the bed and we're gonna do the procedure. They're gonna burn it. So this is what it looks like. So I'm done with the procedure. It was literally just a 15-minute procedure. It's still here. It's gonna basically turn into a scab and then it'll fall off eventually in a few weeks.
The process was smooth and all of the doctors and nurses were all nice. The doctor, during the consultation, she gave me 3 options on how to remove the mole. And as far as I remember, they were number 1, incision, where they perform a surgical cut into your skin. It may require stitches. And then the second option was to shave my mole off. This is done when your mole isn't deep into your skin. And then the third option was burning or cautery. So this is the procedure that I went with. They used a machine similar to a laser one to remove my mole. So cautery or burning is burning layers of the mole off one by one. Just giving you guys a heads up that there are such thing as cancerous moles, okay? And when you get those types of mole removed, they may cause you serious problems. Cancer. If your mole has any signs of being cancerous, you know what? Just do it. Just get a biopsy to make sure your mole isn't cancerous. In my case, I didn't take a biopsy. Don't be me, and at the same time, don't blame me if something happens. Was your choice not to take the biopsy. Anyway, I went with burning the mole off because incision was an actual surgery and I was scared of getting stitches. Then shaving wasn't a viable option for me because my mole was under my skin. It was deep into my skin. So we proceeded with doing the mole removal already on the same day of my first session. Right after the consultation, they injected anesthesia into the area where my mole was. In less than 10 minutes, they were done. After that, they applied some medication, some sunscreen, they put a band-aid. So after my first session, I went home. My face was swelling so much. It literally made my face slant. Because of that, I went back to their clinic. So they told me that I am apparently allergic to the anesthesia. So they gave me some medication to solve that issue. And after a few days, it worked. The swelling was gone. I was fine. I wasn't panicking anymore. It looked normal. My face looked normal. So I visited the doctor 2 weeks after for the next cautery session. They prescribed me some meds. They asked about my skincare routine, what I was applying on my face, so they could determine what products I can use on my face still and what products I should stop using.
So I realized I just kept rambling on the details on the meds that the doctor gave me, which I thought isn't really necessary since it really depends on the doctor you get. But here are some of the products and creams that the doctor asked me to take during and after my treatment.
So that's basically it. I had 4 sessions with the doctor, and by the 4th session, they were already able to fully remove my mole on my cheek. So what was left was the scar. So how was my experience? Pretty good. Pretty good. The cautery sessions, the burning of the mole thing, wasn't really painful because of the anesthesia they provided. And yeah, my experience in their clinic was pretty good. Thankfully, my face isn't fucked up. My mole is gone. And I couldn't be happier. If you're hesitating, if you have the money, go do it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope me sharing my experience to you guys was helpful in some way. If you have any questions, comment down below. I'll happily answer them if I can. But don't treat me like a doctor because I'm not. I'm not a doctor. Here's to living life how we want it. Bye! See you on my next video.